Hello there guys, welcome back. Glorious sunshine. It is pretty cold though. There's patches of frost on the grass here still. Come up to the Midlands to the field, which a few of you have seen before, and I'm with Owen, who's just over there a little ways, going to set up over there. And I'm going to set up here with a big old hot tent. It's the Circle 6, which I've used once in that chalk pit before. Got some rain ahead of us tomorrow, and I think it's tomorrow overnight and in the morning, so perfect for putting away. But yeah, 2 nights. So I'm just trying to debate whether I'm putting the inner and the ground sheet up or not. That's the inner down. Now I know exactly where to peg out the outer. If I just unzip this, if you didn't see me use this last time, the special kind of power of this tent is this circle which goes up the top around there and just spreads everything out and gives you more space. So I just need to put this together and stick that in. There we go. Just have to tension it off and do all the guys and everything, and we're there. There she is, all tensioned up and guyed out and looking like a good pitch actually. You can adjust the centre pole. I've taken it down a little bit so the snow skirts are kind of out, mainly catch that kind of rain tomorrow. Got the one tigress bed to use in my Pomoly tent. I do love this bed though. I think Owen's got the same one today. Right, as you can see I'm not going to use the inner. I kind of want the space really. That's quite a big bedroom, it's like half the tent, and with the stove taking up a good portion as well. I want us both to be able to chill in here later because I'll be cooking on the oven, in the oven. So that's the bed, just the sleep system and stove really. Got the stove with the oven in again for lots of cooking. Neither of the attachments I've got for the Flex Towel Zero fit the inlet on this perfectly, you know, and these are prototypes, but this one kind of goes inside the outlet, so I'm just going to do that. The battery has actually finally run out. I've been seeing how long it'd go. That's a fair few camps I've done with that for such a tiny battery. Now the final product of this has USB on the battery to charge it, USB-C, but the prototype one just has a standard battery, so I'm going to have to use my pump sack. Then pump sacks can take a while. Right, got my winter sleeping bag first time this year. So it should be nice and cosy, and because it's a truck camp, Got my nice pillow. Got my table with me. I've got two chairs with me. This is my small indoors one. I've got an outdoors one if we do have a campfire. Oh, strong Velcro. There's the brew station. As I'm all set up now, I thought I'd come and have a look how Owen's doing, check out his setup. So this is the inside of Owen's conifer, and it's a really good tent for one person, isn't it? Really roomy.
Yeah, I like it. The material's really nice.
Yeah, nice canvas, holds the heat well because of the size as well. But you can fit the cot bed in and the stove here. It's just perfect for one person. Makes me feel like mine's overkill now. Got various bits of wood, including quite a lot of chestnut with me, but I do need to process it still, so I'll get that done. Some of them longer bits are just a little bit too long for the stove, so I just have to saw them down. That should probably do me for tonight. Got a couple of bits of oak in here as well, so I'll put them in quite late, I think. Pretty much set up. Gooey.
This is nice.
I'm just sat in the doorway of Owen's tent. He's got his stove burning just to warm through as we're all set up. Now, we're basically on farmland here, like with access and surrounded by farmland, so you might hear the odd tractor or horse or dog in the distance, just so you know, we're not in the middle of the wilderness. I mean, it's a very big field, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a massive bit of land, but yeah, surrounded by farmland. And a beautiful spot. Nice sunsets we've had here, haven't we?
Yeah, lovely.
Just brought in my power bank, which should be fully charged, just for doing batteries and phone and drone and whatnot. Just lit some firelighters in there, and I'm going to put in a few smaller pieces of wood just to get her going. Just splinters off of axe in the wood, really. Should do. Fire seems to have taken now. I'm just starting to feel the heat come off it. It's quite a thick steel stove, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Takes a while to heat up in itself. But we were just checking the weather, and what time did you say tomorrow it's raining?
I think about 5 p.m.
5. So that's after dark, so we'd probably be in the tent anyway, so it's no biggie there really. Just the fact I'm going to have to pack this away wet and try and dry it again. Need a warehouse.
You have wingman beer.
You dear. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Session IPA. Cheers.
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 Cheers. Not bad.
I do tend to veer towards citra hops, which this doesn't taste like, but still very nice. Bit of oak in there now, so that should burn for quite a long time. I do love this stove. It could be a new favourite. The fact that it just doesn't soot up at all because of these vents, apparently, it's just really, really good. And you've got the oven, of course. Horse making a noise. I'm an idiot. Noticed a little spark had hit the outside of the tent there and kind of burnt through. Thought it was from the inside at first. Thought, how would that happen? And then there was another one on top, and realised I'd left 2 flue sections in the oven, filming and this, that and the other. I completely forgot about them before lighting the stove. Put my gloves on, but because of the expansion of the metal, can't separate to kind of quickly put in section of, or 2 sections of the chimney. So I've turned everything down because we're warmed up now anyway. I can either let it burn out and wait for it to cool down, but then we'd get cold. So what I might do is keep it low and hope for the best. Idiot. The amount of stoves and hot tenting I've done. Just stoking this up because I let it die down a little bit. Managed to separate the chimney, get the section in, and yeah, that was teamwork with leather gloves. So hopefully no more sparks. We thought we'd have a snack before we do dinner, so we're just going to do some chips that Owen brought along, which we'll probably have to do in 2 batches, as obviously the oven is not massive. I think that should do for 1 batch. I could have warmed up the oven tray, couldn't I? Oh, chippies.
Chippy.
Chippy's time.
I've had mine.
He's had his.
He's a gentleman.
It smells like a chip shop in here, doesn't it?
Yep.
Lovely. Just outside, and it is absolutely freezing. Meant to be something like -2 tonight, maybe even -3. And it's a full moon and completely clear sky tonight. Rain doesn't come till tomorrow evening. It's lovely in here. I'm going to make a bit of a guacamole to go with our dinner. So I'm just going to process a few things, including this avocado, which is nice and ripe. Perfect. Is my spoon up there? Right, found my spoon. So we'll scoop out this. And this. Just give them a bit of a slice and dice so they squish up nicely. Next up is our lime. That's to stop the avocado from browning. Get that squeezed in. A chili pepper to go in here as well, so I'm just going to slice that, take out the seeds, not just for heat but mainly for texture. Zip that down, cut it nice and small. They can go in there. Then we're just got to do some tomatoes, and they're just going to be diced up. I'll give it a bit of a mash with the fork afterwards, get a nice consistency, and then we'll do our onion and garlic. I'm just going to add some of that tomato in. I'm just going to put some of that onion and garlic in and add a little seasoning and mash it up. Basically doing tacos tonight, and I've got a ribeye steak here. I'm just going to oil that bad boy, and I've got some Central American style spice mix, which is actually left over from a HelloFresh, which is a little congealed actually. Let's get that mashed in there. From an old one, didn't get used. Ooh, yeah. And just do that on the other side. Just gonna get that all massaged in. We'll fry off this steak ready to do our tacos. Gonna take off the hot plate for doing the steak. We're just going to put a pan on there and get that in the pan. Get that flipped. It was a little hot, so I put the plate back on.
Good.
Smelling good. That steak has rested in the pan for a few minutes. So I'm just going to, actually what I might do is cut that all the way down, because I only want small slices. And then we'll just go through getting some small slices for our tacos. So I'm just building the tacos, just X amount of cheese, and just adding in the steak, giving it a fold over, putting it to the side until I've got enough to fry off. In we go with our tacos. Time to give them a little bit of a flip. Oh yes, that's some good colour. Right, the first lot went to Owen, of course, but the second lot are mine. So I'm going to add some of that guac in and a little bit of chipotle paste.
These are really nice.
Whoop whoop. That'll do. I mean, you can't beat a steak, and tacos are amazing, so steak and tacos, can't beat it.
Definitely not. This is awesome.
Cleaned the plate. God, it is cold outside. It's the coldest day, evening, night of the year so far, and it is, oh, so nice to come back in here. I went out to get a few bits of wood, not really for now. I'm only going to need 1 or 2 more bits, which I had anyway, but more for the morning because it's going to be very cold. Everything out there and the truck is all frosty already. But yeah. Oh, a lovely cup of hot chocolate, and I've got some Cadbury's Twirls. Owen's gone off to his tent because it's going to be cold in there, so he wanted to warm it up before he goes to bed because he's been in here all evening. Just putting the last couple of bits of wood on while I enjoy this, then I'll be off to bed myself. Right, good night everyone, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Warming up in here now. Yeah, just been outside for a while doing bits and bobs, morning stuff, and come back in and it's a lot warmer. Very frosty. Quite beautiful really. You can see with the daylight the holes that them two sparks made in the tent. One is quite near the chimney flue, which isn't really a problem. And the other one's near the door. So on the correct side to have a hole. I do have repair stuff with me. I don't think I'm going to bother though. Right, first up here I've got some pastry for breakfast. So I'll cut a couple of squares from this, maybe about there. And on the first square, I'm going to coat it in some cheese. And my second square is going to go on top of that. Then I'm going to cut one off the side. Get back in there. Turn it and cut the others lengthways. That's more to do with the oven pan. Now I've never done this before, but I've seen it done. We put a rasher of bacon on top. Look at that for sizing. Get our oven tray ready. And twist. I don't know how much twisting, but we twist. Okay. Not bad. Right, they've been egg washed and in they go. Oven could be a little hotter. The oven seems to be up to temperature now. It took a minute to get there, but I think that's probably a good thing for making sure they were cooked through. So taking a little while, just spun them round so they're browning evenly. I'm getting hungry. You hungry?
Oh yes.
Owen's here now. I think it's time to get them out. Ooh. I might actually leave them just a minute more just to make sure. Well, they're done, and they're looking quite good actually. It's a shame got to do them in 2 batches. They're hot. Untwisted ones. While it's not raining, I thought I'd try out this new Hover X1 drone. It's for hiking and stuff, and it's just so light. And you don't even need to attach it to anything, it will just follow you. As long as it's in the right mode.
Custom. Hover. Zoom out.
No.
Current mode. Follow.
Follow. So I push it.
Continue. Follow.
And now if I walk away, it should follow me. pretty cool. How about that? Oh, that's quite a lot of wood. Should get us through lunch and dinner later and a bit of a chill time. Might still do some more. I'll see how we're getting through it before it rains and stuff for tomorrow morning. So I probably won't want to be out there in the rain chopping. We shall see. But yeah, it's a lot. And it's not going to be as cold, so we don't need this as raging. Time for a brew after all the woodwork. Ooh, and little snack before lunch. Started raining slightly outside, kind of spitting and that, so we'll see how that goes. It's not meant to rain just yet. Just tucking under the ground sheet here, so I've got a bit of a porch area by the door, so I can take boots off when they're wet, and so when the door's open it's not getting the ground sheet wet. I must admit I do really like this stove. It may be my favourite now, favourite kind of static one. The Winterwell was my favourite, but the way this never sits up, so you can always look through the window, is amazing. The way they've got that air cushion, whatever they've kind of built into it. And the fact that it's got the oven on as well. Like, either stove I'd only use if I've got the truck anyway, so just to have that oven which doesn't detract from the stove part, yeah, I'm liking it. The rain's definitely on. Lucky I got all the wood prepped. Well, I've got some Pizza Express pizza dough ready made here, and I now know what I forgot. I forgot the cornmeal to kind of press out the pizza and so it could get onto the tray properly. So my only real alternative is to use oil, which is not ideal. Stick on some sauce. Oh, basil in this. Cheese up that bad boy. And some pepperoni. Where I left my tray in the oven, it kind of, the non-stick coating started peeling off, so what I'm going to do is cook on this side, but because most of the heat is underneath, is on top down there, I'm going to heat this up like you would a pizza stone before putting it in there. Oh, it's sticky, sticky, sticky. Right, this tray is heated up and there's the pizza on it. I'll get the oven open, stick her in and see how that goes. Lost a little bit of heat when I opened it up, so hopefully it'll get back up. Moment of truth. Ooh. Ooh. I need my other glove. Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, and it's not stuck. Plate.
Thank you very much.
A bit of grease on there for the next one. Oh, we're recording.
Won't record it.
Take two because I thought I was recording then, but there's the pizza. Definitely a nice colour on the base as well. Was yours alright?
It's lovely. Enjoyed it.
Good, good. I could pretend that's the first bite, but I've already had a bite and it is really nice. Good lunch. I want to use the oven for a lot of cooking because I've got it. So tonight I'm going to do a cottage pie, and in the morning I'm planning on doing some giant pigs in blankets that I'll make and have them in a brioche bun with a homemade cranberry sauce. Never made a cranberry sauce before, but won't see Owen till after Christmas. That can be our Christmas breakfast.
Yep.
We're in the tent now, probably for the duration of the evening now, as it's getting dark outside. Rain has stopped, but we'll be back. It's been a rain all night, which would be nice, but all morning as well, so not so nice for backing away. It is what it is. But yeah, there's only so much you can do here in the field, cooking and eating mainly, no kind of bushcraft activities. So it's quite a nice chilled one really. Try out kit and eat lots. Time to indulge in a bit of neck oil before doing dinner. So, cheers to all of you. Oh, that is cold. It's definitely one advantage to kind of winter time camping. It's never having to worry about having a warm beer. I've got the dinner stuff together ready. I'm personally still quite full up on pizza. But there's no rush or anything. We've got a long evening. Yeah, popped out of the tent for a while and the stove's gone right down. So just have to make sure that gets going again. Right, I'm going to start dinner. Got an onion and some carrot to prep. So I'm just going to do that very thinly, just so it cooks a bit quicker. And then we'll cook that down and add the minced meat. I'll just cut the carrot into lengths, kind of batten it and then chop it down into small bits. I've got some oil in a pan here and I'm just going to add in onion, and the carrot. Just sweat that down. Smells nice though already, doesn't it? It does. I'm going to go in with the minced meat now. I'm going to add my veg and some gravy granules into that. Get that all mixed and combined. I'll probably need to add a little bit of water in a sec. Come on, water boy. Water boy! And on with some water for the instant mash. Right, that's the water on the boil. And I've guessed this water for this mash. Spoon. Thank you. I'll take this off, and that looks okay actually. So now I just need to spoon this into my loaf pan. Get that evenly in the bottom. Then put my mash on top. These modern instant mashes are actually really good. This is Idahoan. They do lots of different flavours and stuff. And we'll just smooth that out. And as I've got it, I'm going to put a load of cheese on top. Because why not? Get the oven open. Stick it in. Bob's your uncle. And we'll just keep this topped up with wood while we've got the oven going. If you heard a weird noise in the last shot, it wasn't either of us farting. There's a horse just about 5 metres from the tent here, just on the other side of the hedgerow there. And they're whinnying and neighing and whatnot. Yeah, got 10 minutes or so I reckon, because everything's cooked in this. It just needs browning on top really, and just keeping warm through. Then it's dinner time. Alright, I think we're done already. Don't even think it's been 10 minutes. Whoa. That looks pretty. Ah, it's too hot to show you. I think this is going to be the hard bit. Portion. Oh, a little extra of the meat. Here we go. Nice healthy portions.
Thank you, looks good.
It smells good too, doesn't it? A good hearty meal for a cold evening. It's not as cold as last night, and the rain hasn't come yet. It's very foggy outside, which you can't really film FOD because it's dark. And if the light's on, all you see is, you know, the particles of FOD. FOD? What's FOD? Oh, cheese on top makes it.
Very good.
Washing up all done. Time for another beer, and might do some dessert in a bit, but we'll chill out for a while, and you may hear the rain is starting. Load her up. Oh, well, definitely raining now. Just had to run to the truck and got a bit wet. I'd hate to have to go back to my tent tonight, all cold and wet.
Yeah, my cold, damp tent.
But yeah, we're just chilling out now really. I might do some dessert. I've got some cinnamon swirls, the type you just slice off and bake, so no real effort. We could probably have that with a hot chocolate or a cup of tea, I'm undecided. Right, here's them cinnamon swirls. Does that work? Oh yeah. I haven't done one of these things in years. Oh. Release the cinnamon roll. Oh, there we go. Should really have some flour, which I do not have. Don't know how fat shall I make these? That kind of works out. Well, this seems a bit naff. You have to actually unroll it to put the cinnamon in. I didn't read that before doing it. So this is going to be a lot harder than if I'd done it whole. Oh, smells nice though. It's like I'm at the Cinnabon. Right, and in they go. And I think they'll expand and we'll have one giant cinnamon swirl. Well, they're done. They did, a couple burnt on top. So, have your choice.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you went for quite a burnt one.
That's the closest one.
I put too much water in the icing sugar, so it's more of a glaze than it is a sort of icing, which should be nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Still tastes good. We got our cuppers as well to go with it. Two old men. Old man's tea party. It's me and my thermals. Stove's turned down, just let that burn out. And time to get some sleep to this lovely sound of rain. Which will turn into a pain in the arse packing up tomorrow, but I am quite looking forward to breakfast of the big pigs in blankets, homemade cranberry sauce and brioche buns. Right, good night. Good morning. Raining. Stopped for a second when I got up. Just lit the stove. It's a little chilly. It was nothing near as cold as it was last night. That was, well, sub-zero. I was going to say freezing. But yeah, still a bit chilly this morning. With the stove burning out last night to send me off to sleep. It's getting a little bit loud. One thing with this tent, I've got a couple more burns in the roof. And it's got me wondering about the shape. As much as I like it, there's quite a flat top there where the circle pulls it out. I'm wondering if that's easier for a spark to fall on rather than roll off, or have a greater angle of fall for, you know, falling onto the ground in the teepee. So there could be pluses and minuses. It could be the wood I'm using. It was quite poppy last night, and that didn't happen the first time I used it. Got through a fair bit of wood last night. Didn't realise. I suppose it is a very long evening. gonna start breakfast really. I've put away my bed, tidied up a little bit, but that's the first thing for breakfast before I start the pigs in blankets. Oh, the rain stopped for a minute, it's back on now. Doesn't really matter now, everything's soaked. Outside, obviously. The little holes, nothing really seems to be coming through them. So a little bit of water in here, I think I need more. And these are my cranberries and sugar. Not putting the whole lot in there. I think I may have made cranberry sauce for a Christmas years ago, but I can't really remember. But it's cranberries, water and sugar, you can't really go too wrong, he says. So I'm just going to get that going while I potter around in the tent. Might have a cinnamon bun as a pre-breakfast. And then we'll make the pigs in blankets. Yeah, there's been a lot of space in this tent, though without the inner in, like for 2 people. Bit concerned about the flattish roof of a stove, but I'll put some of the tenacious tape on them holes and see how it goes next time I take it out. Yesterday the wood was very poppy, so I don't know. They're really soft now, so I'm just kind of squishing them a bit. They softened up quite quickly actually, so I haven't got too much control over the simmer on here. I had to put it on the edge of the stove. Trivet would be good. I've got some pork and apple sausages. I was after some longer ones but couldn't find any the other day. And I'm just going to wrap them. Maybe, actually if I start that off a bit more up here, I could probably fit 2 rashers on each sausage. Like so. This should get me in the Christmassy mood. Let's get that oven open. See how that does. I've just taken a look at the pigs in blankets and they seem to be going quite slowly, so I've taken the sort of foil lid off. I'll just keep an eye on them and turn them as necessary. See how it goes. Take a bit getting used to these ovens. They're always hotter on either the side, bottom or top, depending on where the oven is in relation to the stove. As good as you can do really. Most efficient one I ever had was the Winterwell one that was in the actual chimney. But you could say it was too efficient, it was very hot. A tiny bit of oil in here because I haven't got any butter. I'm just going to toast off the brioche bun. And we'll get the kettle on. For 2, as Owen's on his way over. Right, here we go. I've got my cranberry sauce, cranberry jelly, whatever you'd like to call it. It's come out really, really well. And there's one little piggy. And I think the other little piggy is going to be cut in half. I'll make some room for this little piggy. And that looks good. I think this is going to be super hot, but I can't wait. Mmm. Mmm. That's really good. This is something I'm going to have to do again. This may have to be a Boxing Day morning thing. Wow. Do this camping. You could probably just fry them off as well. When you do that, the bacon has a tendency to come off. Happy with that. Still raining, but it's not too bad at the moment. Oh no! I didn't take the circle out. Say bye bye, Owen.
Bye bye. Nice
We're rushing because it's wet. Yeah, good mate. I'll catch you later.
Thanks for the camp.
Right guys, I'm saying goodbye to you in the car because just getting a bit wet out there and the camera's soaking wet as per usual. So yeah, bit of a drive home now. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I know it was just a bit of cooking really, but that's the nature of this sort of camping. It's good to catch up with Owen. So see you next time.